Hi, I'm Patu from freefincal. In this video, I want to do a FAQ or frequently asked questions on fee-only financial planners. So let's start with who is a fee-only financial planner or financial advisor for those who do not know. So an investment advisor in India has to be registered with SEBI. They are called SEBI registered investment advisors, and a fee-only financial planner is a particular type of investment advisor. They offer you a financial plan in exchange for a fee, and they do not take any kind of commissions from from insurers or mutual funds or anybody. They only provide you the advice. They're also called advice only financial planners in some circles, which means they provide you the advice for a fee, and you have to follow the instructions. If they tell you go and invest in XYZ funds, you have to go and do that, or buy this, buy that, you have to go and implement the advice. So there are people, the fee, there are many layers and textures in this. There are people who, for this fee only service, they will say the fee is a percentage of the AUM that you hold. Or some people will say I offer only a flat fee. So in my list, which you see here, and you can see the link in the main menu here, and this list is more than 5 years old now. I maintain a very short list of financial planners that I'm comfortable having on my list, and these are financial planners who charge only a flat fee. Some of them have a slab over a certain net worth, they charge percentage AUM, but I would advise go to a financial planner. Even in my own list, go to a financial planner who only charges a flat fee. So that's the first question of who is a fee only. The second is, who should work with a fee only financial planner? Anybody and everybody who wants unbiased, conflict of interest free advice, and who wants their money managed, who wants to outsource their money management, should work with a fee only financial planner. Is it necessary to work with a fee only planner? No. You can DIY. It's your money. There's no regulation that, unlike medicine, where you legally cannot buy certain drugs and self medicate. There's no law that you have to engage a financial advisor. It's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. And the most popular question is, what should be my income or net worth before I consult a fee-only financial planner? Well, it can be anything. It can be zero, it can be negative, it can be 10 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 10 crores, it can be anything. Your net worth and your income does not matter. It is only your priorities. I am here today and I want to go there. Can I do it myself or should I outsource it? If you think you should outsource it, your net worth and current income does not matter. Then the other question is there a fee-only financial planner in my city or that? It doesn't matter. People assume that, many investors think a little too much of themselves. They assume, I want to meet my fee-only financial planner face to face. You can assume that you want to meet the financial planner, but why should the financial planner want to meet you? When I talk to fee onlys, I encourage them not to have a completely online business and not meet clients, because then they will become small time players. Today, in a connected world, there is really no need for you to meet physically a fee only planner. You can do a Skype. There's really no, you can find all the facial expression, nuances, tone, whatever you're looking for in a Skype interview, and that is so much better. So don't assume the financial planner is ready to meet you. You don't think, clients have this mentality that I am paying money, so I want all this. No, you're a nobody. The financial planner sets the terms of engagement of the service, and if they say I'm not going to meet, you can't meet them. That's it, and that's the best stance for a fee only to take. Otherwise, they'll become small time, local, local newsstand kind of local business. They should not be. They should explore and be completely online. And many people in my list are doing a wonderful job of it. Most of the clients, I would say about close to 1,000 of my readers, at least ballpark, should be working with the fee onlys totally, and most of them do it online. Will a fee only recommend stocks? Some of them do, but I recommend not going to fee onlys who or any kind of people who advise stocks. The main reason is there becomes a certain dependence. Once they tell you what to buy and you get yourself a portfolio, tomorrow you feel, oh, this guy is becomes too risky and I want to change my fee only. It becomes very difficult and to change that portfolio into something with mutual funds or something else or whatever it is. It's a there's some dependence there with a stock with a direct equity portfolio. At least the dependence is higher. I would think in my opinion. Therefore, I do not recommend stocks, and also it will be a percentage AUM. It could be percentage AUM based, and so on. So, and also many people have a problem. Are fee only financial planners wealth managers? That depends on what you call as wealth managers. For many people, wealth management means PMS. That is the portfolio management service where they will churn stocks privately for you and so on. That is one aspect of wealth management. Investment advice and goal-based financial planning is also wealth management. What does a fee only do? So the fee only does. What the fee only does is, it's a variety of services. First of all, they must orient your money management in the right direction. They will check whether you have emergency fund, life insurance, health insurance, whether you have accounted for all your short-term goals, what are your long-term goals, how much can you invest for those long-term goals, what is the best portfolio to invest for those long-term goals. They'll set that, and many people think after that I don't need the fee only. That is not true, because getting a life insurance, health insurance, etc., they're all one-time events. Managing the portfolio requires regular reviews and so on. So the process begins with all that, but they would do all that. This is the core service the fee only offers. Basic tax planning will also be offered, ATC planning, and how to optimize the taxation. There are multiple family members and so on. Can I invest in my father's name? Can I invest in my wife's name? Those kind of questions they should be able to answer and properly guide and so on. There are certain, they also are trained, if they are CFPs, I think they are also trained in estate planning. They should also be help you to write a will and so on. There are certain specialized services like, for example, creation of a trust for the children, or creation of a HUF, the Hindu undivided family account and so on. Those they may or may not be able to do. That's up to you. They have to decide, and that's their expertise. They may outsource it to a CA or other professionals like lawyers and so on. So they could it's a very contextual thing. Different people have different needs, but this is the core service is what I told you first, and then the others are depending on your situation and your requirement. The one thing that before I forget is that you should tell your fee only everything that you do with your money. Some people hide and say that this part I will manage and so on. That you should not do. I think it's better to be upfront. You tell the fee only, look, I am holding 10% of stocks, 10% of my net worth is in direct stocks or in mutual funds. I'm going to play with this on my own because I like to do it on my own. The rest you manage. That's fine. But you must be upfront with it. Otherwise, it will be a problem later on. What fee do they charge? It can be anything from there is no regulation. It can be 1,000, it can be 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 25,000, 30,000, 45,000. How do I decide if there is no regulation in fee? That's the problem. So that is the reason why I keep telling fee only advisors, and many of them do not listen to me, sadly. I keep telling fee onlys, please write regularly. Please display your competence regularly on your website, on social media, so that people will pay whatever fees once they are comfortable with you. Almost every day I get an email saying, please do financial planning for me. I will offer you whatever fee you want. Why are people asking me that? That is because over the past 7 years, I've written articles regularly. I've made calculators, made videos. People know what kind of person I am, what is my competence, what I cannot do, and what is their requirement, and whether that matches with my temperament. Already, all this is being regularly displayed. Once this is displayed, the client will not ask why is the fee so high. They will pay whatever fee you like. Because many financial advisors do not display their competence, assuming they have some, do not display their competence regularly, online, many clients are asking the why is the fee so high, why is there so much variation in the fee, blah blah blah. Of course, displaying competence can be a double-edged sword. You can also end up displaying how incompetent you are, but that's good for you at least. When if clients are not coming to you, you can do something. So I mean that's a different matter. It's always a downside. Um, how to know if the fee is worth it? This is the problem. See, this again is related to what should be my income. But I am only in the 5% slab. No, why should I pay 25,000, 30,000 and all? It's too expensive for me. See, this is a wrong way to gauge a service, and it's that's not the way a rich person would think. See, the way I think is, or the way not me, the way a client should think is, what is the time spent? I mean, if I did not do all this, how much time will it take me? How much confusion will I have? And that will all the time is saved for me, and somebody else is outsourcing it. And I mean, as long as I keep pay, from the second year, the review fees is typically 50% only. So there's a big benefit there. Although the main portion is the portfolio management portion, which is the client goal-based portfolio management with the fee only will do. But there's a significant saving there. So if I consider the sum total of all the time saved currently as well as future, the I would say you can pay any amount, 40,000, 30,000, whatever you can afford, you can pay. That is the reason why I keep saying, first of all, gauge the temperament, mentality, comfort level of with the financial planner. For that, the financial planner should also display their competence. For example, somebody like Swapnil Kande writes regularly. Somebody like Avinash writes like, people know. I have seen people say, I want to work with Swapnil Kande. I want to work with Avinash in private. So that's why, because they've displayed it. That's the thing. So it works. Both of them, I mean, the client and the planner are there. Both of them should work to come close, and then it will become a lot more easier. Should I pay the fee in advance? Why should I pay it in advance? That is because if you don't pay it in advance, I will give you an example. There is a financial planning template that is available for free. This is the robo advisory template is a much more advanced version of this, but a basic version is still available for free. I made this because somebody called me and said, I have 8 crores of money in my hand. My net worth is 8 crores. I will pay you to make a financial template. I thought, okay, I did the stupid thing of giving the Excel file to them and not charging in advance. They did not pay me a dime. But I got a lot of traffic from it. I published it and so on and so on. That's a different story. But if you give the financial plan to the client, many clients will not pay. Therefore, the fee is taken in advance, and that's how it should be. If you don't like it, go jump. Who cares? How often should I discuss with the fee-only financial planner? If there are any changes in your financial life, you should immediately talk to them and alert them. If you have any questions, you can ask them. But if you ask, Sensex is going down for last 2 days, what should I do? They will say, go jump. You can't irritate them with stupid questions like that, like a trader or something like that. That's stupid. But responsible, if both of you should be responsible in that sense, and any responsible question, I think, relevant question, the fee only has a obligation to answer. How often? That's typical. I mean, the reviews can be done once a year, 6 months, every quarter. That's up to the fee only planner's style of operation. Should I renew it's up to you. You can be a DIY. Many DIYs, I am told, seek out these planners and ask just a second opinion and leave it at that. Don't come back. That's also fine. Many people say, I will just get my life in order and then DIY. That is also fine. I mean, it's up to you. You can renew if you want to. You don't. There's no obligation for you to renew. So those are some of the questions that I had in mind. If you have any other questions, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them.